I really, really hate this trailer. I understand teasing certain deaths, maybe with quick cuts or something like that, but we're getting entire long sequences that we're clearly seeing the characters in it. We're seeing this woman hanging out in her house, and this guy dies, and then she starts freaking out, and then Michael Myers comes there and he killed her a certain way. We see a guy in a storm drain or whatever lurking around there, and then Michael Myers comes out there and obviously kills him. Then we got a guy sitting at a desk doing some kind of radio show or something like that. And then a few moments later in the trailer, we see Michael Myers bashing his brains out. So right there, that's three characters that I'm not going to be surprised when they die, and it takes all the suspense out of it. I know this isn't like a John Wick movie where you can show him just absolutely decimate an entire group of nameless people. Obviously, these characters are going to have a little bit more weight to them because it's a very small town, and death matters in a situation like this. Though, what's the point of that? That's what I feel like Halloween Kills did. It showed so many long sequences of all of these characters dying, and it just really got rid of all the suspense and intrigue of me. I wasn't thinking, okay, how are these two characters possibly going to live this situation? Like, oh well, I know they're going to die, so what do I care? It just really seems like they dropped the ball in the second and third movie with the trailers, and that's so weird because, like I said before, they have the same writing staff. It's not like they brought in a whole bunch of new people that have no idea what they're doing. These people wrote the first one. The first one was pretty good. Why did they think that this weird mental patient running around was, 6'7" Michael Myers when it's clearly not him? And then the townsfolk, they just kept beating them and beating them down. And Michael got up and killed them all instantly. It's like, did they forget what they were doing? Did no one just think to hit him with a car or just keep stabbing him, whatever? It just seemed like they had no idea what to do with the writing of this. They just said, hey, this looks kind of cool. And this isn't like J.J. Abrams directing Star Wars. I mean, when that first trailer came out and some of the parts of that movie, I really got, taken back by that. I was watching thinking, wow, this is a really cool sequence. This is a really bright thing. Wow, this is interesting. This is big and massive. This is something I should care about. But then when you think about this movie for at least half a second, you realize that this is incredibly stupid. Why are you going bigger? Bigger is not always better. And that's what Halloween Kills was. It was just trying to do a bigger version of the first one. And then it became too big. And now you have the third one where it doesn't look like that many people are going to get killed in this movie, which I guess is a good thing because it goes back to the roots of the original Halloween movies where it is small town and small amount of people being killed. But it just seems like they course corrected at the wrong point. If anything, the third one should have been Halloween Kills, where it was a massive bloodbath, where it was just this massive grand display of Michael Myers killing everyone around him, which leads to a climactic final one-on-one duel with Jamie Lee Curtis. If anything, it feels like the plots are out of order here. That's what it should have been. First one, kind of a nice building one. Second one, okay, it's a little bit more intense though. And the third one is an all-out bloodfest. Because now you've shown me Michael Myers can kill everyone in the world. He can kill all these firefighters with all the equipment and all the, training and whatever. He can kill all these townspeople, and you're going to convince me that Jamie Lee Curtis, who spent the entire second movie in a gurney, in a hospital. At one point, she headbutts him. Like, what the fuck are we talking about here? There's a scene I saw where he's pushing her hand down a garbage disposal and she smacks her head back and cracks him in the nose. You're telling me Michael Myers can get the shit kicked out of him by all these people, but no. Jamie Lee Curtis is gonna beat the shit out of him with a simple headbutt. I, does that make any sense logically? No. I think they're going to try too hard with nostalgia. I think they're going to recreate all of the scenes that we grew up loving, all the really great moments of horror from the original movie, and they're saying, hey, I can do that. This is easy. There wasn't much going on. It was just kind of two people hanging out in a room. We don't need any of this obliviation of giant cinematic battles and stuff like that. We're just going to do simple stuff. And this does feel like the new Star Wars trilogy, where the first one was written, and they knew that they were going to do two others, but they didn't really plan it out, though. This feels like these movies are not planned out at all. They did the first one, and they probably said, okay, it's either people are going to like it or it's going to suck terribly. And you know what? It didn't suck terribly. So then the writers and staff were like, holy shit, This is honestly how I picture the meetings going with the writers and staff like that, though. They said, okay, guys, we're going to make a simple Halloween movie. Nothing too big. It's going to be logical. It's going to show that Jamie Lee Curtis' character has been, training this whole time. She's been rigging the house, just waiting for Michael Myers to come back, and she's always sitting there, waiting, preparing her family to the day that he finally returns. Great so far. And then he does. And then you have, obviously, the series of traps in the house where she sets fire to the basement, and he's trapped there. And then it's like, all right, cool. This is a great ending point. Let's print it, see what people think about it. We're not even going to think about a sequel because you know what? They waited so long for this one. We can go a long time without getting it. Then the reviews came in and people actually liked the movie. And they sat there and said, holy shit. We got to figure out something for the second one. And you know what? We got to do it fast because they're going to lose interest because there's a billion streaming networks out there with a billion other shows and movies that are better than what we got going on. So we got to wow them right off the back. And then the writers went to the studio and said, hey guys, we got a great idea for you. You know how Michael Myers kills a lot of people in the first one? He's going to kill more people. And the studio said, wow, that's a fantastic idea. And then it was too much. You had him kill everyone. He killed all these people without skipping a beat. This man has gone from just a simple killer to an absolute monster. And now the studio is faced with a very difficult problem with the third one. What do you do? Okay, well, the second one, he killed too many people. It looked ridiculous. So now we gotta, tone it back a little bit. But you can't tone it back because you just set the precedent so high in the second one. And now the third one's coming out. And you don't really have a lot going on. It's gonna be Jamie Lee Curtis, a woman that's retired and old and fragile, going against the greatest, most psychopathic monstrosity of a killer of all time. And you're gonna try to sell me that she is gonna kick his ass convincingly. Does that really sound like something this movie's realistically gonna do? Do you think this movie's really gonna, get it together and make me really give a shit and make me believe what's going on? Because obviously, movies, there has to be a certain realm of believability. Even wrestling has that. You're not having the smallest guy in the world beating the biggest guy out there, unless the smallest guy in the world is probably, the most agile, craftiest guy who uses his speed and agility to his advantage. That's that's not this. She's got nothing going on. So now she's gonna go against him, and it's gonna be stupid. And god damn it, we're gonna hate it all, and we're gonna be saying, thank God it's over. But you know what? I wouldn't be surprised if they try to swerve us at the end, where somehow the soul of Michael Myers goes into someone else. Someone else that delivers the killing blow. Maybe the niece, because I'm pretty sure the niece is still alive. Yeah, she's alive. So I wouldn't be surprised if the niece ends up killing Michael Myers, and then she somehow becomes him. Does that not sound like the worst fucking idea in the world? They're gonna do it. Holy shit. As I'm saying this right now, I'm realizing that that's what they're gonna do. They're gonna set it up where the niece is now Michael Myers. Fucking book it.